If I were to ask you what is the first Japanese car company to bring a luxury brand to America, you'd probably guess Lexus and you'd be wrong. Infiniti, wrong again. It's Honda's luxury division, Acura. Back in 1986, they came here with amazing vehicles, innovative vehicles, the Legend, the Integra. Those things look great and they really set the luxury world on fire. Today, Acura is struggling to get a sliver of that luxury brand segment. Acura would like you to think that the all-new RLX is ready for prime time and it is this cutting-edge, innovative piece of technology. Unfortunately, it's not. They're very proud of these lights, these jewel lights. They look really cool, but you know what? We've seen them on Audi for years. Things like lane departure warning. It's kind of new to the RLX. It's not really new to the segment or new to the automotive industry. So somewhere down the road, Acura has kind of diverted from being cutting edge and innovative to kind of being a follower. If there is one area where Honda excels, it's in engine technology. What they've done is replace the outgoing RL, which had a 3.7 liter V6, 300 horsepower, with a smaller 3.5 liter, but direct injection that produces 310 horsepower. That's front wheel drive, so of course you can expect some torque steer, but that's okay. Again, this is an area where Honda says we got direct injection. That's great, except you can get direct injection in a vehicle like the Hyundai Accent. So nothing new under the hood, but it is new for Honda. A few years ago, I had an interview with Jay Mays from Ford. He's one of the most brilliant car designers in the industry. And he told me that the grille is like the face on a family. They're not all identical, but they have some resemblance. As you can see, the buck tooth that started with the Acura TL is now been carried over. You always have this this pentagon-shaped grille, but bucktooth seems to be the identifier for the Acura family of cars, so like it or not, it's here. Everything about the RLX looks familiar and not original. For example, these lights kind of remind me of a BMW or Chevy Cruze, and it's just not exactly a car that's going to stand out from the crowd. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Some people like to just blend in. They don't want to stand out. That's okay. As far as cargo capacity, it does a great job. This is a mid-size luxury sedan. It's not a small car. It's a comfortable 5-passenger car. Room for not only 5 people, but also all their stuff. You might have noticed on the back of the RLX the letters PAWS. That doesn't stand for pause or being dog-friendly. What it stands for is precision all-wheel steer, which essentially means that the rear wheels can turn. They can actually turn as much as 1.8 degrees in the same direction as the front wheels to make for a more precise steering experience. At a time when most luxury brands have 7- and 8-speed transmissions, you even have Chrysler with a 9 and Chevy and Ford are developing a 10. What does Acura give us? A 6-speed. Now, it's not a bad transmission. I like it, but again, far from cutting edge technology. And Honda and Acura, they're brands that have struggled with their automatic transmissions in the past, so I would think they put a little bit more effort in getting a multi-speed automatic transmission. When I talk to luxury buyers, they tell me that 2 of the most important things for them are fuel economy and the infotainment system, believe it or not. Well, the fuel economy on the RLX is about 21 city, 30 highway combined, 24. Not bad, certainly on par with the competitors. But the infotainment system, that's where Acura has done a brilliant job. There's one area I think they're head and shoulders above some of their competitors. It's with their infotainment system. Also, the interior I think is good. They've really upped the ante on the quality of materials, the fit and finish. Even the climate interface is very cool. You push the fan button and you have this haptic feedback. Very interactive. I like the temperature buttons too. As you bring it down, you can see it goes blue, and as you make it hotter, it's highlighted red. Just little touches that make the environment of the RLX a very nice place to be. Another area that Acura has made a lot of improvements on are the seats. I don't think they're quite up to Volvo standards, but they're getting damn close. So here's a real annoying bug in the RLX's infotainment system. Every time I make a phone call, the woman comes on and says, hang up. In all the vehicles I've driven, I've never experienced that kind of glitch, and I wish Acura would fix it. Pricing on the RLX starts at around $50,000 for a base model and can easily climb to $62,000. I'm not a big fan of the front wheel drive. They say their competitors are 5 Series and E-Class. I think it's closer to an S80, maybe a Hyundai Azera, maybe a Lexus ES. It's interesting that Acura has renamed the RL the RLX, but they've taken away the all-wheel drive, and now it's only front-wheel drive. Also, the horsepower has gone up from 300 to 310. Now, they'd like you to think that this is a performance car, and as you can see, it does hug the road quite well, but for around $50,000 to $60,000, it does not have the chops to compete with any of the German premier brands like BMW 5 Series or Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Acura still has a place in the luxury car market, especially for people who love Hondas, love the quality of a Honda, and this may be a larger, more refined, more luxurious version of the award-winning Honda Accord, which is not a bad thing, but it's also not a 5 Series.